Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss the legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedoms and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties education and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, the President and General Counsel of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country in the courtrooms of America. Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedoms.
A Florida judge has ordered an attorney to pay Liberty Counsel for bad faith litigation against Jews for Jesus. I'm Matt Barber, Director of Cultural Affairs with Liberty Counsel and Associate Dean with Liberty University School of Law. And on the phone with me right now is Harry Mehet, a Senior Litigation Counsel with Liberty Counsel. Harry, we've had a big victory out there in the state of Florida where we are talking to you from right now. Involving a case that has been ongoing for years now relative to a lawsuit filed against Jews for Jesus. Can you give us a little background on the case and let us know what has happened with this ruling with this Florida judge?
Indeed, Matt. Thank you for having me with you today. The case is Rapp versus Jews for Jesus, and it's venued in a state court in West Palm Beach, Florida. And as you've said, this case has been around since 2003 when the plaintiff, Edith Rapp, sued Jews for Jesus, claiming that she had been defamed when Jews for Jesus published in its newsletter an account of her and her former husband's salvation experience. She claims that she never accepted Christ, presumably because after the newsletter was published, she encountered a lot of opposition from her community and family members. What's interesting about this case is that now she claims that the published report of her conversion experience is tantamount to a report that reveals that she has contracted a gruesome and loathsome disease. And that is essentially the crux of the claim that she is bringing against Jews for Jesus. The claim itself is utterly without merit, but what makes this case interesting is that she has found an attorney who has a vendetta against Jews for Jesus and has made it his life's mission to, what he says, bankrupt the organization. And so for the last 7 or 8 years now, he has been filing the most vile and evil allegations against Jews for Jesus, comparing it to Adolf Hitler and the Nazi movement, and just the worst things that one could say about someone this attorney has done. His name is Barry Silver. Repeatedly, we've gone to the court and asked the court for relief against Mr. Silver's allegations, which are not necessary to state any claim. And repeatedly, the court has told Mr. Silver that he can't plead those things in a court of law and has struck those allegations with prejudice. Instead of listening to the courts, Mr. Silver chose to replead those same allegations over and over again because he's clearly not interested in pleading a cause of action, but instead of a press release that would somehow attempt to impugn the integrity of the Jews for Jesus organization. Just yesterday, we have obtained a significant victory in the case when the judge has finally said enough is enough, Mr. Barry Silver, and has sanctioned him with an award of attorney's fees and costs for over $45,000,
wow.
Which is money that is being awarded to Jews for Jesus and Liberty Counsel.
So this is coming out of his pocket, essentially, then?
Yes, the judgment is not against his client. It is against the attorney and his firm. And it's a very interesting turn of events, because when he set out on this case, he made it very clear in the media that his goal and mission was to bankrupt the Jews for Jesus organization.
Kind of backfiring a little bit here, yeah.
Yes, here we are, seven years of litigation later, and the only money that is going to be exchanging hands will be coming from him to Jews for Jesus and Liberty Counsel.
Wow. Now, this case on the merits has been dismissed as frivolous over and again, this defamation complaint, time and again, has it not?
Well, he has pleaded what we call a kitchen sink complaint, because he has thrown in all kinds of allegations about false light, invasion of privacy, and negligent supervision and defamation. It was a complaint that was 30 or 40 pages long with hundreds of allegations in it. And over the course of the years, the courts have whittled away at his claims and his allegations to where now we are down to the one claim of defamation and one for negligent supervision, which the courts have so far allowed to go forward.
Okay.
However, in allowing those claims to go forward, the courts repeatedly warned Mr. Silver to not use this lawsuit as an opportunity for a press release in which he can spew all of these vile allegations about an organization that he clearly does not like. Instead, they've warned him to limit the allegations to those factual matters that are necessary to state a claim in a court of law. And that is the instruction that Mr. Silver has had a very hard time complying with. And it's clearly born out of the bigotry that he bears in his heart for the Jews for Jesus organization and what it represents.
Now, tell us a little bit about, my understanding is that the judge issued a pretty scathing rebuke of Mr. Silver and his bad faith litigation, but certainly his inappropriate, if not unethical behavior in this case. Tell us a little bit about what the judge had to say. And I understand that the judge has even suggested that sanctions might be appropriate here from the Florida Bar Association.
Yes, the judge, in awarding the substantial fee award against Mr. Silver, has recognized that the lost time of 7 years in this litigation cannot be adequately compensated back to Liberty Counsel and to Jews for Jesus. No amount of money is going to make up for that. And so in lamenting the situation that has been caused by Mr. Silver's bad faith litigation conduct, the court was very harsh on Mr. Silver and essentially told him that his conduct was unbecoming of an officer of the court of law, that when a court of law tells you that you can't plead something, then you need to pay attention to that and not ignore it and do whatever you feel like doing. And so within this order that grants this substantial penalty, financial penalty, the court also says that the Florida Bar ought to investigate Mr. Silver's conduct and to determine whether sanctions beyond monetary sanctions are necessary in order to uphold the integrity of the courts and the validity of court orders, which Mr. Silver has shown such disregard for.
Well, it sounds like that certainly such disciplinary action may certainly be appropriate. Well, Harry, we just got about a minute and a half here, but where does the case go from here?
Well, we are going to pursue the collection efforts now on this judgment, and we're going to put those funds to good use for our ministry and the work that we do on behalf of freedom. As far as the litigation against Jews for Jesus itself, we are going to continue to vigorously defend the organization and the work that it does. It cannot be the law in this country that portraying someone as coming to faith in Jesus Christ can be tantamount to saying that they have contracted a gruesome and loathsome disease. That just cannot be in a tolerant and just society, and we're going to pursue this defense for as long as it takes to vindicate the rights of the organization.
Well, thanks for the hard work on this, Harry, and congratulations on a tremendous victory. And certainly the collection efforts, I suspect, may be a little difficult with the obstinate position that the man has taken in the past, certainly on the legal issues. But, folks, this gifts are the way that Liberty Counsel, everything we do is nonprofit here. It's pro bono. We are supporting Jews for Jesus on our own dime and based on the gifts of people like you, and when victories like this occur, based on court awards of attorney's fees. Go to lc.org to learn more about how you can become part of the Liberty Counsel mission, how you can become part of our mission to defend liberty, life, and the family.
You have been listening to Matt Staver of Liberty Counsel. Our hope is to encourage and inspire you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedoms. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email update. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.